Yep, good.
All right.
You can just announce it as the hot seat match.
Well, this is going to be a hot seat match, 2015, October 31st, and it's going to be Tang Hoa versus Fach Garcia, both of which are great players. My name is Truman, and I have a co-host who beat me earlier, good player named Frank. A lot of you guys probably know him as Frank the Barber, and hope you guys don't mind the commentary.
This should be a good match. This is a good match.
Yeah, Fach said he was feeling pretty well earlier. I guess Fach won the coin toss. And if this is the break, I mean, this is a tough break to get out of. He's got...
Yeah, he's going to kick it out. And with,
but I mean,
with
he
the
could sell out the 12
bottom.
or the 14. Yeah. Wow, that's a good kick.
I gave up a two-railer here.
Yeah, that's it. You know, you're so astute. You call the you call the shot immediately. I don't know if Fach has seen it yet.
You shoot it with the high left
High
so
left,
that the cue
yeah.
ball gets over to the long rail, and
Right.
if the 14 gets close, he protects it.
Right.
He's looking at that 10 ball, but he better not, because that's
The good thing about the 10 ball, if you see the 5, the billiard line on the cue ball, if he goes 10, 5 would go right behind the 15.
No, he's hitting a 5-2-4.
Oh, okay. That's nice. Now he keeps those two balls protected. You know, on the video, that 15 looks like you could almost cut it, but looking at the table, there's no
the
way.
15 wouldn't be a bad shot if you cut it over to the other side, to the long rail, and then take the cue ball past the 10 and 5.
In between the 10
Because he
12.
needs to have a ball
Right.
on the long rail, so
He's
that
going to put the cue ball in by the 4 and 11 and move those two balls over. Oh. That's really surprising to me. I thought he could put the cue ball in there where the 11 and 4 were and just knock, the World's Fair over to his side. Fach stole a ball. I think he can cut this in the opposite direction and move the cue ball up. Yeah, but if he hits it too hard, it's coming back. So here, I think Tang has that shot again where he can overcut the 12 and draw the cue ball into the 3 ball.
And but the problem is that 12 was coming off the 5 to the short rail and coming back at the cue ball.
I think it's going to pick up spin off the 5 and move over towards Fach's pocket. I mean, Tang's pocket.
The 12 ball?
Yeah, when the 12 cuts across the 5, I think it'll pick up some spin.
Let's see here.
Oh, he missed. He missed the ball. Yeah. But on these pockets, table length is, even though he got fortunate, leaving somebody table length is pretty daunting.
I think he's got a shot here to make the 12. Gently go forward and go to the rail and then get a shot on the 1 ball.
He definitely can. The only issue is, nobody can be 100% on this.
Oh, no. But it's there. Instead of playing shape on the 5, I think I'd go for shape on the 1.
The 1 ball, not the... Oh, that was a great shot.
Well, that was good, too. If he's got the 15, I think he's going to get a few balls in.
Yeah. Well, it does look like I mean, for me, I find these shots to be kind of tough because you're looking away from the pocket. But he hit it good.
He's got the bank on the 8. It's nothing else.
Well, the 1 ball probably goes past the 2.
He's going to be banked. He's going to bank it to the 2 ball and leave the cue ball right there. If he hits that 2 ball now, he's going to have 2 more balls in front of his hole.
Yeah. Personally, I do like the cut on the 1 ball because It really is makeable, and you're close to it. If he could reach it.
But see,
you
this
know
way
what?
here, he can control the game. He can control the...
Plus, I can reach that ball, and I'm not thinking about it from the reality that most people can't reach a ball that's...
But if he would have played that cut, like you said, then the cue ball's coming over the other end of the table, and he's going to let you see that one ball.
If you feel confident about it, though, he'd have gotten a shot on the 15 if that's what that... No, the 12 ball. Because it's going to come around 3 rails, and there's nothing on Tang's side that goes.
Well,
but I mean, you're the better player,
yeah,
so
well,
I defer to your...
That 13 ball's got a lot to say, whether you're coming around 3 rails or not, the way it was sitting.
Good point.
He's in trouble here. He might be forced to bank the 2 ball. One thing we know is that he can make the 1 with the 2.
Right, exactly.
And since the game is still fairly early, if he was needing a lot of balls,
he could bank the 9-14 and drag the cue ball down into the pack. He needs some threats over by his side so that Fach can't just...
I think he has to deal with the 1 ball right now. If it didn't, things were just going to get worse.
Yeah. Well, no, because if he gets a ball by his side, then Fach has to defend against that.
Yeah, but if he gets the ball on his side, the cue ball's on that side of the stack, so he can
It'd be in the middle.
He can easily do something with that ball. And the best thing he could do is to just soft kick it and leave it behind that ball.
Yeah.
Then
But they both have that great little finesse stroke when they're a 1/4 inch from a ball and they need to move a ball to a rail. So either way, you know, I think it'd be a little battle and tight. But I see the equity in this choice. And just the only problem is that Fach can bank another ball at his pocket because there's no threat over by Tang's. Maybe the 7-8. No, that ball. How do you feel about banking the 12 and getting the cue ball down right next to Fach's pocket? And you're not playing to make the 12. You're just playing to get the cue ball to hit the long rail and then
spin behind those balls.
Not even spin. Just get it down there and get it on the long rail towards the end rail, and maybe you protect that ball and you get something started. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and
now it's on his side.
I didn't think he can do much with the 12 as far as putting it in position.
Yeah, but I mean, anything on that half the table is going to slow. I mean, you got to start taking away the real estate that Fach has to work with.
Yeah, I think Fach is going to bank just 13 here. There's no reason not to. No reason not to.
I mean, he'd move the 9 and the 2 away, and when you cut this ball, it's so hard to get enough spin on it.
Good here. This, not only is it makeable, but it puts everything in good position for him.
Shoot, I think he'd rather not make it and just get stuff closer to his pocket. But that's surprising that it came off that way. If that tied stuff up, that's a big change. But it didn't really. I think he could come off the 14 and put him back under that little nest right there.
Yeah. But he has to hit that, so it's
Damn,
so soft
for sure.
that
So nothing comes off.
Won't do much for him,
exactly.
for himself.
No, I agree. You got to control that.
Yeah, he just wants to. I think he's feeling that he's falling behind, that he needs to make something happen, and trying to make something happen here will lose you the game.
Yeah, I don't like playing offense here because there's no guarantee you get another shot. You've got no position.
All you could do is have a good chance to lose the game on that shot.
You got nothing for it.
Yeah, it wasn't worth it.
And it happens all the time that you shoot that ball and the cue ball is pushing balls in all the wrong directions. So
Which is okay if you're up in a position where you're like 99% to make the ball.
Oh, exactly what I was going to
Then
say.
can
If
hit
you're
the stack
definitely
and
going to
try
make the
knock-
ball,
knock
for sure.
something loose.
Yeah.
But with that angle that he had,
And
that
on
distance,
these pockets,
yeah.
too.
Yeah, so.
Got to factor that in. But, you know, he does have to get something going on his side.
It looks like, I don't know what he's got in mind, but it looks like he wants to go off the 14 and then hit that 11 ball.
See, I like coming off the third.
And that's asking for a lot of precision from such a distance.
I like coming off the 11 ball or the 13 and 11. Playing the 2-ball billiard just always gets the cue ball going in the right direction. Yeah, I like that. Whenever you billiard off 2 balls, you're getting to the side rail almost.
Yeah.
And now he's promoted a little pawn. He's got it defended with some blockers. He's in a much better position, even though the 11 ball is near Fach's pocket.
Yeah, Fach is going off the 8 or the 2 ball and get behind the 14.
And that 3 is almost dead for Fach. He's got to be careful there. Okay. Now Tang is going to shoot the 11. What I like here is drawing off the 11 and trying to put the cue ball against the 3 ball and move any and everything over there.
Another good shot though would be bank the 11 ball off
Into
the 7 and the 6.
Right.
And draw the cue ball to the rail to the 3 ball.
That's exactly what I was saying. Yeah. If you can control it, the cue ball's kind of close to the rail, and if you put any side spin, it swerves and all that. But if it's laying good, that's a shot I like. But he's going forward.
Maybe the 8 ball's dead. Maybe that's what he's playing.
No, the 8 ball's a little high. I think he's going forward with the cue ball. He's just not controlling the yeah. That's an okay shot, but if Fach can see the 14, he gives up his position. If Fach can come off the 14 and put the cue ball under the 11.
I don't think he can see it, can he? I think he's got to come off that 4 ball.
Well, look at it I mean, it's close. I think you're right, but it's close on the monitor. Or you could even kick it. That's good. Ooh, if he'd have hit that 7.
He almost rubbed the 7 ball.
Yeah.
This is a good game.
Yeah. I mean, he could come off the 7 and rub the 3 ball, or even follow past the 3 ball and come up behind the 14. But I feel like that ball's going to move the 14, so it could be a little bit uncertain. Oh, okay. I like that. I like the kick for sure. I don't kick well enough to call those. I ignore them unless I see somebody do it.
Well, it looks like he's going to be on top of the 11 ball after this shot.
I think he's got to come off the 7, right?
Yeah, you need to do that anyway to open up that 7 and 13, because they're not doing you
That's
very good
right.
locked up.
Yeah, you get 2 things for the price of 1.
The only thing is with this one here is that you probably are going to give up a free shot on
Exactly.
on the 4 ball.
Or the 14, whichever one lays better. Oh, no rail. What? Oh, okay.
What's the discussion here?
He says that he fanned. I was looking at the monitor, so I wouldn't be a good judge. See, these are gentlemen. I'm not going to talk about people who pretend like they didn't commit a foul. But there are those people out there, and you know they know, and all they do is raise their voice as a means of arguing something.
I see our Daniel Bush is in action over there.
I know.
I hope he's getting some good weight.
I was going to say, I was just going to say, that's a tough game.
Yeah.
You know, he can hit the top of the 7 and go forward,
Well,
parallel to 13.
He's been studying his 8 ball for a good while, see how it's doing with the 11 ball.
But you know what I'm saying? Like when you're if you're banking 2 balls and you hit it with forward, then the first ball behaves like it has draw on it, so
Yeah.
it's not going to sell anything out. But he's just trying to get the cue ball somewhere delicious. Wouldn't have messed with that 3 just in case he deadened it up, because the 8 can't go.
Yeah. What's he going to do? Something off the 4 ball here?
Or maybe get him in that, snuggle him up in that other little nest.
Yeah, just hit the 4 ball hard enough so that it's not bankable. That's good.
Oh, okay.
I think the big problem now is that 3 ball. Tang has to really defend against it.
He's going to kick at it. Slow kick at the 3 ball. He'll be fine.
I think he's forced to.
You think he's what?
He's forced to play off the 3 ball because I think it's dead now and you can make it from anywhere on the table.
That's exactly what I was worried about earlier. Even if it's not dead, just the fact that he could promote that pawn in the little trap at any time. Yeah.
Getting closer to getting queened.
That's right. So soft kick at the 3 ball, jiggle him up a little bit.
Well, maybe you don't need to soft kick it. You hit it because, see, the cue ball has very few ways to escape out of there.
Yeah, yeah. If he went rail first, it would be bad. But if he went
even rail first is fine.
Really?
Yeah, even rail first is fine.
I feel like if you went rail first and hit the 13 a little bit thin, then the cue ball slides over.
Because when you come off the second rail, the cue ball usually travels like at a diagonal at a 45 degree.
Yeah.
So it would come toward the 7 and 13.
Isn't it weird how it does like such predictable things? Like it'll come off 30 degrees most of the time. If it's 2 balls, it'll come off this way. It's just
Fach is coming off the 6 ball and put him on top of the 11.
Absolutely. Tang really should have defended.
That was a big shot.
That. It was a good shot.
If that 3 ball is dead, it's going to be hard to defend against it.
Well, but what he can still do is he can masse to hit and make the 1, and then the cue ball slides over.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Oh, he's playing 2, 3 rails and getting over underneath it.
Well, he'll be on top of the 11 again.
Yeah.
Going off the 2.
Off the 2, for sure. I agree. Do you like him in between those 2 balls, or do you like him between the ball and the rail?
I would like the cue ball between the 11 and the rail.
Why do you like it more?
It's harder to escape out of there that way.
Okay. No, he underhit it a little bit. Looks like he can hit the 7, and I don't know why he wouldn't hit the 7. It just comes over to his side.
Disturb those 2 balls; they're not makeable right now.
Yeah, that's true. That's a great point. So he's going to play off the 2, put a ball on his side,
maybe off the 6.
Off the 6 and put the
2
cue ball.
to take the cue ball by the 3.
Okay. It's a nice shot.
4 ball came up in a good spot. It stops
yeah,
the bank
stops
on the 6.
Exactly. He could cross the 4 ball and try and bring the cue ball down by the 11 again. You know, to the end rail, but on the other side of the 11.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad shot at all. shot at all.
You know what? Not really, because two things.
He's giving up a bank on that 2-ball or that 4-ball.
Well, no, but I mean, like that 14 might go off the 11.
No,
he can cut
too
the.
Far away from the hole.
He
it's
can
too close to the rail. It won't go that way.
Yeah, all right. I see that on the monitor. I agree.
The tangent.
Yeah, I see that.
You'd have to make the 14 draw.
You're right. If the 11 was just a smidgen higher. But he almost has a free cut on the 14 if he hits it with inside and comes back up without touching anything.
It might be the time to kick it, that 3-ball.
Yeah. Or even bank the 4 past the 2-ball.
Yeah, but the cue ball, what do you do with the cue ball? Well, you got 2 balls you can sell out there.
He can draw back. No, he can't because of the 3-ball. But I don't think the 3 is dead. He's going to leave him on the 6. It's going to be close. See, if the 3 were dead, he could just shoot the 7 directly into the 8, which would make the 9 and 3 go in, but they can't be dead.
I didn't see nothing good there. I didn't see anything good was going to happen with that.
I didn't like that. And he could have come off the 4-ball, I think. I didn't get a good chance to study it, but I saw some other shots that looked, you know, like they could have kept the pressure on Tang and preserved his position.
That 4-ball's in a dangerous spot for Tang because he can't take the cue ball up tail at all.
You know what? I apologize. I don't know the ball count off the top of my head. Do you know the ball count?
No, I don't.
Well, Tang made at least... I know Tang made that backwards cut shot. So minimum Tang has 1.
Well, if that 3-ball was dead, he'd shoot it now. So I guess not.
I don't like this.
Just go rail first on that 4-ball.
Yeah, I agree.
This 14-ball is no good. You got 2 balls you can sell out.
Yeah, you're gonna sell out the 11-ball.
You can't protect against both of them.
He's going rail first on the 4. It's just wow. Okay.
Well, what do we know, huh?
Yeah, seriously. But what does he get out of it?
He can bank the 4-ball and disturb all those balls over there and open them up.
You know, if he hits the rail, then the 8, then the 4-ball comes up and disturbs the 7-13.
Anything that he hits good, it's going to be good.
Oh, he's just going to make the ball.
Why not, huh?
Why not? It's a little bit of a tough shot.
6-ball.
Yeah. Do you put a little bit of inside on this when you cross it?
Yeah, you do it to beat the kiss.
Yeah. And then you play over to get to the other side cushion?
And then you can play the 8 just to set up the 3-ball.
It's a nice hit. I think that table rolls out just a little bit. But you know what? This game ain't over.
Yeah, if he'd have made that, he could have just touched the 8-ball, cut it over there, and
Yeah.
set the 3-ball
Oh, yeah.
up.
hit the 8 full with a lot of outside, use the 7-9 to defend it, but that's all irrelevant now. Yeah, he's going to hit this full. He's going to rearrange the furniture. Exactly.
I think he's behind in ball count, and he needs to have something happen here.
Exactly. Before everything starts getting up table.
And it's a tricky shot because if you hit it, you hit that 6-ball too full, you get a kiss.
Yeah, but yeah, he is by the rail. But I mean, unless he were using low inside, he's crossing the ball? I don't like crossing the ball. I like shooting the ball into the
like
group of 3 balls.
Going to the,
oh, that's it. Oh, I like that.
He got that kiss that I thought he might get.
Yeah.
I think Fach could hit the 8-ball from here.
Yeah, he looks like he has that gap. But I mean, like he has the gap to cut it and come back around 3 rails maybe. I don't know if he has the gap to do anything conservative. But there's nothing wrong with playing that ball 3 rails and...
No,
not playing the 8-3 rails, playing the cue ball 3 rails if you have to.
No, that's unnecessary. When you're up in counts, a lot of things go wrong with that. He just got to watch out for the scratch over here in this corner pocket here.
Shot. Yeah.
Playing the ball counts really important. The shot you call,
you're right. You're right.
Okay if you need
Tang.
a lot of balls.
Yeah, if I were Tang, that would have been a smart shot. But yeah. But if he had no other shot and he could only hit the thinnest part of the 8,
yeah.
Nobody in the chat room, huh? Sorry about the ball count, but not a lot of you guys out there right now. Oh, he's cutting this ball and trying to get behind the 6. All out. All out.
I think Tang is going crazy on this shot here.
I don't know about crazy. He's trying to get behind the 6 ball. Look at that. It's not a bad shot. I mean, look, if that ball goes in, he might be able to get a few balls right there.
Well, he just slide off the 3 ball and get on the other side of the 9. Nothing fancy.
Well, I'm not saying Fach is in a trap. I'm just saying Tang took a swing at running some balls.
Sure. Well, he's got to make something happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice shot. He got another ball out, so it's hard to leave him up table now.
Yeah. Well, he thins off the 3 and leaves him on the side rail. He shouldn't take those 2 balls out. That's not smart for his position, I don't think. And especially if he leaves Fach in a position where he can easily move balls up table.
He wants to spin this ball towards the 1 ball after coming off the 13 or 8.
But just try and get to the end rail.
Yeah.
Kink. Nice speed. You know, he can bank the 3. It's risky. Follow forward. Try and use the group to block the ball, defend it.
Yeah, well,
and
if he banks the 3 and doesn't make it and leaves it anywhere on the long rail, then Fach has got to bank on it. And
well, no, not if he gets the cue ball down by like the first diamond on Fach's long rail, because then all the balls will block him.
He can't do that because the angle to make the 3 is not right to get the cue ball over there.
You don't. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm looking at it on the monitor, but yeah, I see what your point is. It does seem like there'd be a double kiss just below the side pocket.
But he might just try to get a 3 on his side and get behind those balls.
Yeah. But I don't see being able to do that without kind of moving it towards your pocket anyway. Yeah, that's the shot. He's going to scratch. Nope. Oh. I think he sold out the game there, but not really. I mean, there's not a ton of room to bank the ball. It looks like it on the monitor, but I don't think...
On the monitor, it looks like he can make that ball. Yeah, he can.
But, I mean, if he hits it off just a hair, they double clack. Yeah, that's it.
What's he got? Can he cut the 7 in?
The stuff Efren did when I played him, I mean, not that this lay is quite right, but he'd like play it off the 13, off the 6. Not that it laid right, but he'd see 2 balls that he could billiard off of to get a guaranteed ball to pocket. It was crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know that the whole game, Tang never did get a chance to get out of the break.
Oh, no.
He was in trouble the whole game. Fach had balls over there.
Honestly, I know you're a lot more experienced than I am, but that's why I wanted him to just try and get balls over to his side. Because it's kind of like in chess when you have a rook, it closes off that whole region, that whole row, and then all the real estate on the other side of it is just like foreclosed for what a person can use. And it's the same thing. If he gets a couple of balls over there that are defended.
Well, if you remember, he did have a chance to kick that 3 ball a few times with little force, and he could have got a lot of ball cover to his side. Yeah.
But he went and tried to pocket the ball early instead of developing his position.
Well, Fach gets it one ball here. I don't know if he can shape up the 9 ball or the 13.
Well, I don't know, but if nothing else, he can hit the pack and slide over some.
Yeah, I don't think I would do that though.
Yeah, nah, it doesn't look good.
Because
I like the 9 ball. Yeah, you're right.
Where that 3 ball was sitting, if you hit the pack and hit it bad and get hooked on the 3, then you trapped yourself.
Yeah, exactly. That 8 might be. The one ball might be dead. So you don't think it's close? I guarantee you it's close. What do you think he's looking at? What do you think he's looking at?
Well, he's just studying to see what he can do there. I don't think he just wants to make sure that before he kicks the 3 ball out, that he didn't pass something up that was sitting good.
Wow.
So he's going to kick this.
It's pretty close.
See, I would kick this 3 ball rail, the long rail first, firm with right bottom, so that 3 ball comes toward the stack and move a couple of balls out to your side. Because if you don't do that, and that 3 ball, you don't open some to your side, he's going to have a free bank on that 15 ball from there.
I totally agree with you. You have to limit your opponent's options of what they can develop.
Take the 3 out at the same time.
No, I just kick the 3 out.
Yeah. Kick the 3 with low outside, long rail into the back of it, pinch it, and then if you hit it deep, like Frank was saying, it'll kick over into the stack and maybe develop a couple of balls.
What can he be looking at by looking at this ball?
I'm Truman, and the other guy is Frank. Well, he wants to make it a close and exciting match.
That was not good at all. Before you try something, you got to get out of trouble first.
It's hard to draw the ball to like
first
a 1 inch.
And anyway, he's bringing the cue ball over to where the 15's coming. He's going to give a back on that ball anyway.
I know.
But you get out of trouble before you try something.
I don't know many people who can just draw the cue ball to an exact point to where they can do it when they have another option that's just the billiard line or just kicking a ball out.
Just kick the ball out.
Well, sure. All right, but now he's got to play position.
Well, we got about 4 balls out in the open here. Let's see how many of them
he can get. Position on the 15 here or go up on the 9? Well, see, that's why I didn't like that. That is brutal. I liked coming all the way across, getting on the 15, even if it's a thin cut. You're gonna guaranteed be able to get the cue ball up around to the other side of the stack.
I don't blame him for going the way he did, because he could have got all those balls out of
but
the
it's
open.
thin and you got to twirl it. I don't love that. I don't love that route. I like removing balls from my opponent's side and scoring those. But he's going around 3 cushions. Oh, he's lucky he hit that rack there. Oh my God, really? Okay. Thought he was gonna scratch. But I like that shot where you go 3 rails there and get behind the balls.
Yeah.
He just didn't go quite deep enough in that pocket, or you'd have been behind the 15. Come off the 9, forward.
Yeah, and the reason he tried that shot, because there wasn't anything out in the open. The only thing he can give up is maybe 1 ball.
I think that's part of it, and I think because he's a little disappointed that he didn't develop a hanging ball for anything more than the ball that was hanging. But now he's going to hit this with inside, cross it over, and come up and get those balls.
He might have to bank the 9 next.
I think this is going to bring him right around. Oh. Cue ball mass ate in a little bit, so he hit it full. You like banking the 11 and playing the cue ball up to the top rail? You could bank the 11 into the stack.
Well, the 11 requires for him to put a little speed on the cue ball to jack up a little bit and to draw the ball a little bit.
Well, what about low inside? Kill it off the side rail and rail back to the side rail.
That's too much with the cue ball.
Okay.
Whereas the 9 ball was all natural, just rolled.
Yeah. Good call. Well,
I don't understand what he's doing.
Well, he was trying to get the cue ball over to the other rail so that he didn't sell out the very shot that he did, which is the 11
But
ball.
there's more strength if you hang the ball up and put it in your hole instead of making that ball where you don't have
and
much.
just leave the cue ball up on the end rail.
After that shot.
Right, but you're saying leave the cue ball on the end rail?
And hang the 9 ball.
Yeah. Oh, Tang got away with one there. I think those balls are too close together to be able to shoot.
What's he? You think maybe he's got something on the 11 ball, the 14-1-11?
I do actually. I've been thinking that 9 ball might be very close, but not quite. He can fan this ball. Cue ball might run into the 1. Oh, okay. Couldn't make it. He was just laying it up. Okay, cross over the 8 ball, put the cue ball about on the middle diamond of the end rail.
Nah, he just got to kick that 8 ball to the long rail.
Kick it?
Yeah.
How come you wouldn't cross it over with high outside?
He's still going to sell out balls. He's just going to soft kick it.
Well, I mean, I think you got to just live with selling out those balls.
Soft kick it over to the long rail.
Oh my God.
That was the best shot.
No, it was a good. I see what your point is. Just me, I come off the top of it and put the cue ball on the middle diamond.
Now, Fach needs to thin the 1 ball on his left side and take the cue ball across the table.
To the
and
top
maybe
corner.
use the 1 and the 9 as a shield on the 6 and an 8.
Mm-hmm.
He's destroying his balls right now.
Thinks he's gonna. Wow. Wow, he must have really spun that a lot to keep it down that line. You're a good teacher. This shot, I mean, you're supposed to, inside English, come into the 8 ball, but if you don't hit it perfect, you sell something out. I definitely don't hit that perfect.
Well, his main emphasis was to make sure that he hit the 8 ball.
Yeah. You know that ball masses in so much when you hit it with the
bends,
inside.
sure. It takes a big bend.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he
You
wants
guys happy with this camera angle, or would you like to see some other angles here and there? Personally, I feel like this one is the most, you know, it shows the greatest amount of the overview and the angles and what fits and what throws. But if you want me to switch it around, just tell me when you want another angle.
Okay, Tang is taking a break.
All right, I'm gonna go get some candy. You want something?
I'll have a
water?
candy. I'll have
What
a
do you want?
candy. Candy's
Put
fine.
your wallet away. What do you want? You want some Starburst, M&M's?
Yeah, a Starburst would be good.
You got it.
That just wears you out. My back's hurt. I've been exercising my arm, but Wayne gave me one and I hit it and I couldn't get my arm up high enough to draw it back just this far.
I'm talking to Phil Knight here on the side. He's played the last match here with Wayne, and we were just talking about one shot that he had, and I did say that he's having trouble raising his arm up on certain shots where he's got to, you know, when you're up close on the ball, you need to jack up a little bit and draw the ball. Well, he drew it about a half an inch. But you want
To draw it an inch, you drew it half. Full power.
But you're playing good though. Well, Fach, you got it. You're up on the ball count here, right? Okay, Tang is back. We're back in action. Is this it? Okay, good.
Stock up for the long winter. I'm back. Did you guys miss me?
No, he just got back.
So, well, he got a rail.
Well,
You know,
no, he didn't get a rail.
oh,
It came two rails and came
that's
back and hit
right.
the ball.
God, you're attentive. You know, oh, he did get a rail.
Which one?
He hit the 8th pin, then he
Oh,
came
did he?
back and hit
Okay.
the, yeah. You know, for those of you guys who don't know Fach
Okay, the
Gar-
tournament director said it was a good hit, so.
For those of you guys who don't know who Fach is,
I should get at least three here that they're out. in the open.
he has to do dialysis every week. He always is fighting health issues, and he has to exercise a lot and maintain positive spirits, and a lot of times he doesn't feel great. At minimum, low energy, but I mean, sometimes he really doesn't feel well. And to me, I think he's genuine inspiration for how well he plays, despite the fact that he has so much to overcome in order to, just get through his basic week. I know you know about. You're probably pretty knowledgeable about what his health issues are as well.
He's
yeah.
one of my proteges.
Yeah.
I've been. He started coming over to my house playing maybe about 15 years ago.
Oh, wow.
He was there every day. My wife says, when's he going to quit coming?
Did you work with him a lot on his physical fundamentals or just his shot selection and
physical, the stroke, and
Yeah.
I mean, just basically the whole thing.
yeah. Thank you, sir.
Now I'm really trying to work with him on his mental game so he can stay tough the whole match. You know?
Well, I mean, personally, I'm pretty impressed with how great he played. I mean, especially like I was saying for his medical situation, because that's got to be that's more than what most people have to deal with.
Well, you should see the medication he has to take every day. He takes like 20 pills every day, and
Some of them are pretty
I take
big,
an aspirin and I have a hard time playing pool.
Right. But yeah, I mean, I personally have I have a lot of problems with my fundamentals that I've been trying to work on lately. And I've decided to accept that I'm going to play extra bad while I work on them, but maybe one day it'll help. Popcorn?
Yeah, I'll have to say. Let me finish this candy.
All right. So back to the game. Two rail the 9 ball out to hit the stack. He's just giving it to him. Yeah, that power shot of two railing the ball out is dangerous. You always give up a bank. I mean, that's fine for like, I'm like a beginner one pocket player at my level, and people that are my level, I can shoot those power shots, leave the cue ball down table. My opponent may or may not make the bank. But at this level, somebody makes the bank, you're in trouble. They're going to get a bunch. Oh, he might scratch here. Oh, that ball rolled off. Either that or it had some spin on it and rotated.
Well, I can say that Fach on that last shot was guilty of not looking at the stack when he gave Tang that ball and put the cue ball up table.
Oh, he had a dead ball and he didn't double check that. Yeah. Easy to do though, you take a quick glance and you don't walk over and look, and I think that's why people play. I mean, personally, I play for money. Most of the time, I'm not playing for the sake of profiting. I'm playing to burn in the pain of making mistakes, such as, forcing myself to always walk over and look at what I'm going to give up if I put my opponent up table.
Truman, the difference is how important the game is to you.
Yeah.
If you're playing like hill or you're playing for something worthwhile and you really want to make sure you win that game, you look them over.
That's right. Great shot. Controlled the cue ball. In fact, he kept him a little jacked up here.
A little harder, and he would have made it, and he had shape on the 7.
Yeah, but he'd have had to have sold out the 9, so if it wasn't guaranteed to go.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah,
if you know it's going, then you shoot the shape.
That's
If
right.
you don't know, then you gotta...
Effing knows when they're going.
I'm talking about effort. I saw you playing him a couple of weeks ago on the stream.
Yep. It's the funnest losing I've ever done. I swear.
No.
I'm not saying it to be funny.
Losing
I swear.
is never fun.
No. I learned so much. I had him in positions where I was sure he was trapped. I needed one ball. I have a ball gagged in my pocket. I have him almost frozen to another ball. He follows through it on a billiard and scratches behind. I mean, he's a genius. Both of these guys are classy. They never, I've never personally heard either one of them complain or be rude to their opponent. I'm not saying it hasn't happened because I'm not around them 24/7. But they're both people who I admire for having good composure and being respectful, and they really admire the game. You know, they love seeing good play, and they're being a fan of the game. You know, they don't care who makes a good shot. They just really appreciate seeing the beauty of the game.
You're absolutely right about both of them. They're just like that.
Yeah. That was a nice crossover bank he made, but he had to play conservative, so he put the cue ball on the rail just in case. Sorry, I don't know the score.
Well, he's not in a good spot here.
Well, he was, I mean, right, he wasn't in a good spot to begin with. But if he plays this two-railer and he clips that ball in there, that could be disaster.
He's got to put a lot of speed on this shot here because he's leaving the cue ball back there, and he doesn't want the one ball to stay back there either.
Oh man.
Yeah, Fach can shoot the 14 ball here.
Yeah.
14 is pretty free.
14 with inside English. Hold the cue ball up against that rail.
Just a teeny bit of inside.
And if he gets a shot on the 1, he can lag forward. He got a shot on the 10. Not frozen, but it's close.
Is he kicking at it softly? Unless he's playing at 15.
Following forward.
He's not
he could
good
be
at
playing the
15.
I know. I was wondering that. That's too bad. That ball sputtered off.
It looks like it's bankable from the view we have on the camera
really
here.
Close to the rail, so he plays.
But he's got a good angle. See?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought he might have to overcut that.
Okay, here we go, folks. Playing at the 1 ball.
Thanks for being patient with us while we got the score dialed in. If he makes the 1, you know, he can bank that 15 ball.
He just lost the game.
Oh, yeah.
He just lost the game.
Might
There's
concede
the
match
handshake.
here. Yeah. Like I said, classy guys.
I was going to split it with you guys. You're fucking playing. Yes, man. One you guys just play for is different. When you play one game for you. It's not like 4,000. You do this shit? One game. Price play.